Microphone on. A little test. Tap, tap. There we go. That looks good. Just make sure it's going through the right system. Yes, yes it is. Fantastic. And bringing up round number 1. There we are. Excellent. Welcome everybody to Gentleman Octopus Trivia Night once again here. It's Monday at 9 o'clock, and that's usually when we go live. It's been a little different in the last couple of weeks. We've had a lot of projects on our plate and a decent amount of travel as well to accommodate along with those projects. So things have been, you know, a little touch and go, a little spotty. But we are here, and we are bringing you another game of Gentleman Octopus Trivia. So thank you very much for being here. Let's see here. We are... Oh, I see your handsome face. Thank you, Sarah. We are 2 minutes away from getting started, so I'm going to pull up the YouTube and the Twitch and get all that going. I'm also going to make sure that we have our answer forms ready for you all as well. Let's see.
Yep.
Love being on delay there with Twitch.
Mm-hmm. It's the best.
Oh, I see your hands. The absolute best, though, is when you open up the window and it gives you that pop-up that's right over top of the mute button. Too many pop-ups on Twitch. Just going to say that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hot takes.
All right, let's
spicy
see
Twitch
here.
hot takes.
Pull up the drive and opening up. Oh, that's not the one. I have access, but I can't edit. There we go. Going to the Octopus account. Getting the answer forms. I think we're going to skip over the thanks section, except for, you know, one person.
Yep.
Just because of the fact that I haven't updated it in forever.
Yep.
I need to do that. And I don't want it to just be the same old thing. Let's see here. Answer forms. Get link. Opening that up. Copied. Twitch. Here are your answer forms. YouTube. Create a channel to join the chat. No. That's me. I am that guy.
I own this channel, actually.
Oh, hi. I'm that guy. Built so fly. Got a silk bow tie. Let's see. Where are we at? There we are. Boom. There we go. Dismiss that. Cool. I see we got a few people in. Invader Steven, yes, it has indeed been a few weeks. Like we were saying before people tuned in, it's been a little rough. We've had a lot of projects we've been working on.
Starting new jobs.
And along with those projects, we've also had to accommodate a decent amount of travel that's been requested of us recently.
Yep.
All of which was tons of fun, by the way.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. But we're back. We've got the game. We are ready to go, and we're aiming to bring you another one next Monday. If anything changes, of course, we'll let you know. But
as of right now, that is the plan.
Mm-hmm.
The plan is to continue weekly streams.
Yep, weekly streams of 4-round games.
Mm-hmm.
That is the plan, indeed. It's going to wait just a little bit longer until we get some more people in. Let's see here.
A little touch and go, a little pinch and squeal. Okay.
Let's see. Touch and go, pinch and squeal. Who said that?
Invader Steven did.
Okay, then. A little spicy. Mm-hmm. Moving on to rules for anybody who hasn't been a part of this before or just needs a refresher after 3 weeks.
Yeah,
please submit your answers using the Google form links we provided on the event page. We've also dropped that in chat on YouTube, on Twitch, and TJ, did you put that in Facebook?
I did.
Excellent. Thank you for doing that. Make sure when you submit your forms, you only do so once, and you include your team name on each one of those, styled, spaced, and spelled the same way on all 4 of your forms. I know it says 5 rounds there, but there will be 4 rounds of 8 questions tonight, apart from the music round, which will be a 6-question round. Your middle round will be a music round with a theme, however, so make sure you pay attention to that. You get a point for a correct title, point for a correct artist, and 2 points for the theme. So always take a guess at the theme.
Yep.
Feel free to play individually or team up using group chat or whatever you have at your disposal. We don't have like a team limit in terms of a maximum team size, but we recommend like 6, you know?
Maybe 6, 7 is probably max.
Sure. I mean, if you want to stretch it a little bit, that's totally up to you. But I find there's a diminishing returns when you go past like 6 or 7.
Oh, no.
You just end up shouting each other down.
I like that you looked right at me when you said diminishing returns. It made me feel real good.
It's Watching the Cavaliers, actually. But okay. Each correct
Nope,
answer to a
that's
question.
a lie. Nobody's watching the Cavaliers. They're good this year, though. They're fun.
Each correct answer to a question is worth 1 point unless otherwise noted. Like we mentioned on the previous slide, that'll be the same in the music round. Questions will be read once and then recapped. I'll then put up a 3-minute timer at the end of the question recap. Make sure you get your answers in before then. There will be no final question, and no tiebreaker will be used or written unless we have the occasion to break a first place tie. So don't worry about that at all. Hopefully that won't happen. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
All right.
That's when the whole desk is going to fall apart one day.
This is an auspicious beginning.
Yeah.
All right. Round number 1 is starting now with question number 1. A 1945 novel translated as The Little Trolls and the Great Flood marks the first appearance of what hippopotamus-like fairy tale creatures, created by Finnish author Tove Jansson. Finnish author Tove Jansson is responsible for creating what hippopotamus-like fairy tale creatures that first appeared in a 1945 novel. Its translated title is The Little Trolls and the Great Flood. What is the name of those hippopotamus-like fairy tale creatures? That's question number 1. That's how we get started.
Question number 2. The Lawa, Litani, and Moroni are different names for the same 380-mile-long river that separates French Guiana from what western neighbor? The Lawa, Litani, and Moroni are all different names for the same 380-mile-long river that separates French Guiana from what western neighbor? So, what the 380-mile river separates French Guiana from its what western neighbor? So, what's the western neighbor of French Guiana? That's question 2.
That is indeed question number 2. And I realized we got started without saying thanks. Like I said, we're going to be updating the thank you screen just because it hasn't been updated in a while.
Indeed.
So anybody who contributes tonight is totally going to be on the thank you screen next time.
And we would like to wish a very happy birthday, belated birthday, to Rachel Schumann, one of our really, really good friends.
Mm-hmm.
So,
happy
here's
birthday,
to you, Rachel.
Happy birthday. And I also wanted to say, just a shout out to Sarah Ann Rapp, partner of the Octopus and partner of mine, who has again contributed a question to tonight's game. So please, please look for that. We really appreciate her helping us out every single week. And now, question number 3. Question number 3. What Dallas Mavericks big man has been seen in the film John Wick, Parabellum, as well as commercials for State Farm and Goldfish? Commercials for Goldfish and State Farm have included what Dallas Mavericks big man who had a feature film, probably debut, I won't say it's a debut, but had a notable feature film role in John Wick, Parabellum. Who is that Dallas Mavericks star? That is question number 3.
Question number 4. Bodybuilder Rick Valente served as the model for the Titan Atlas on the cover of the following redacted album. A 1986 release from what rock band, their first with a new lead singer? So once again, Rick Valente served as the model of Titan Atlas on the cover of this album. What band did this album, in which you can see Rick Valente as the Titan Atlas with the redacted lightning bolt?
Mm-hmm. I like trying to use different shapes sometimes. The whole thing, though, is that shapes are hard. And, like, rectangles and circles
I found that
better.
out while trying to draw a Stitch on Saturday. Shapes are hard.
Yeah, rectangles and circles work so much better, but I mean they're boring. I like to do stars. I like to do stars of David. I like
Star
to do
wipe.
crescents. Yeah, star wipe.
Yeah.
You know. Why have Why have bologna when you can have steak?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Tim Edwards has subscribed to the screen and popped a zombie up there. I didn't realize we had
I
zombies.
know a zombie. Yeah.
Yeah, that must be. It's a YouTube subscription, so I guess it must be one that doesn't get used very often. So maybe I didn't set it up to be the tentacles.
Maybe you didn't.
Anyway.
Change it. Yeah.
Question number 5. Felicity Jones and Eddie Redmayne star in what 2019 Amazon distributed film about a pilot and a scientist who climb to a record-breaking 37,000 feet in a hot air balloon, facing death as they rise through the layers of the atmosphere.
But they find out that not is all, as well as in a world.
Felicity Jones and Eddie Redmayne starred in what 2019 film distributed by Amazon? This film is about a pilot and a scientist who set the, I guess it's the altitude record at
Yeah.
37,000 feet while in a hot air balloon, although they face death as they rise through the layers of the atmosphere. Amp up the tension for you there.
Tension round.
Tension. That's question number 5.
Question number 6, related to the nightjar, swift, and the hummingbird. The following slide shows the tawny species of what bird with a common name that includes another type of animal. So this is the tawny species of what bird that's common name includes another type of animal.
Bit of a long boy there on the left. I wanted to give you one that's straight on, so you're like, okay, this is what that bird looks like.
That's that.
And then also on the left, I definitely needed you to get an impression of the way these birds can sometimes contort themselves, like that one being a long boy, for example. But anyway, that's the tawny species of what type of bird?
What bird?
Yeah, name the bird. That's
the bird.
question number 6. 3-word question. Name the bird. Question number 7 coming at you now. Prior to the rise of the Umayyad and the Abbasid, the first major medieval caliphate was what? What dynasty? W-A-T. How did I not guess
Or
that?
otherwise.
Was what dynasty founded by Abu Bakr and known for their military successes during the Muslim conquest of Persia? The Muslim conquest of Persia was probably led by what medieval caliphate, which preceded the Umayyad and the Abbasid and was founded by Abu Bakr? What is the name of that medieval caliphate? That is question number 7. TJ.
And question number 8, originating in Eastern Prussia, what is the name for the type of hard, dry rusk seen on the following slide? It takes its alphabetically late name from the German for twice baked, similar to biscuits and biscotti. So originating in Eastern Prussia, what is the name for the type of hard, dry rusk that is seen here? It takes its alphabetically late name from the German? Yeah. And is similar to a biscuit or biscotti.
In terms of its
Thickness.
name. Well, that too.
Yeah.
But in terms of how it draws its name.
No.
But another thing too is
Twice
like
baked.
rusk is such a weird word. And
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it while looking up what these things are, and I'm like, I don't want to use rusk. And then I looked up rusk, and I'm like, that
Rusk
fits.
is perfect.
That fits.
Rusk is
Yeah,
actually
it literally
perfect.
describes a dry biscuit.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, sure.
Well, excellent.
That's a word tailor-made for the occasion.
Well, then dry biscuits we got.
Yeah, we do. Tough biscuits. Question recap time, starting with question number 1. Once again, a 1945 novel translated as The Little Trolls and the Great Flood marks the first appearance of what hippopotamus-like fairy tale creatures, which were created by Finnish author Tove Jansson. Tove Jansson created what, I guess, I was going to say race, but I guess what species of hippopotamus-like fairy tale creatures? That's question number 1. TJ sucking down his liquids.
Question number 2. The Lawa, Litani, and the Moroni are different names for the same 380-mile-long river that separates French Guiana from what western neighbor? What is the western neighbor of French Guiana that is separated by the Lawa, Litani, or the Moroni, which are all names for the same 380-mile-long river?
Question number 3. What Dallas Mavericks big man has been seen on the silver screen in John Wick Parabellum, as well as on the small screen, not only up and down the court, but in commercials for State
Small
Farm.
screen, yeah, sure. Anything he's in is a big screen.
In commercials for State
Including when
Farm.
you run directly into him. That's a big screen.
Okay, yeah, including commercials for State Farm and Goldfish. Goldfish Crackers and State Farm Insurance have had what Dallas Mavericks big man advertised for them in commercials. This man also appeared in John Wick Parabellum. What's his name? That's question number 3.
Question number 4. Bodybuilder Rick Valente served as the model for the Titan Atlas on the cover of the following redacted album. A 1986 release from what band that was celebrating their first album with a new lead singer? So what band released this album here with the sweet, sweet lightning bolt redacted?
Gotta love it.
That is question 4.
Question number 5. Felicity Jones and Eddie Redmayne starred in what 2019 Amazon distributed film about a pilot and a scientist who climb to a record-breaking 37,000 feet in a hot air balloon, facing death as they rise through the layers of the atmosphere. What is the name of that 2019 film with Eddie Redmayne and Felicity Jones in a balloon? That's question number 5.
I mean, that's all you need right there, right? Name me 5 hot air balloon movies.
I'll wait. And question number 6, related to the nightjar,
Yeah,
swift,
I'll give you around the world name.
and
names.
the hummingbird. The following slide shows the tawny species of what bird with a common name that includes another type of animal?
I'll even give you Oz the Great and Powerful.
Ah, that's
Feeling real
that's,
generous.
Hey, that was a movie.
What can be said?
Yep. So this is the tawny species of what type of bird that has another animal in its common name?
It very well could have another animal in its taxonomic name. I certainly didn't go that deep with it.
That would require work. We don't do that here.
Like to say thank you to Stephen Glassman for getting things started with the
thank you,
first
Stephen.
donation of the night. Toast on here. You can't see us. Hold on, we'll pull it up.
And click.
Hey.
Indeed.
Mine's just water anyway. All right, moving on to question number 7.
He likes to party.
Oh, you know.
Question number 7. Prior to the rise of the Umayyad and the Abbasid, I just stepped right on your toes.
Go ahead.
That's okay. Go ahead.
No, you're
Okay.
fine.
And the Abbasid, the first major medieval caliphate, was what dynasty founded by Abu Bakr and known for their military successes during the Muslim Persia. So prior to the rise of the Umayyad and the Abbasid, the first major medieval caliphate was what dynasty that was founded by Abu Bakr and known for their military successes during the Muslim conquest of Persia. What dynasty was that? That's for you to know. Question 7.
And question number 8, originating in eastern Prussia. What is the name for the type of hard, dry rusk seen on the following slide that takes its alphabetically late name from the German for twice baked? Similar to biscuits and biscotti, at the very least etymologically. But what is the name of this biscuit?
This biscuit.
This biscuit. Who this biscuit?
Who does biscuit at?
That's it right there. That is question number 8. We'll give you a few more seconds to look at that biscuit, and then we are going to pull up the countdown timer, which I'll start doing right now. We should also start thinking about what music we're going to listen to. T, you got any ideas?
Things make you go.
Yeah, that's a good song, but that's unfortunately copyrighted.
Yeah, that is the problem.
All right. So submit your answers. We're going to take this back to the top. We're going to do your question recap while we put the timer on. But first, let's pick out the tunes. What do we got? Go to stations. Everything's been updated. Ooh, Afrobeats is new.
I like Afro beats.
Yeah, let's see what else is new. Chill Guitars, I think, is new. I remember that. Epic, I remember. Happy EDM. Latin pop, jazz, industrial, hype bangers. Happy holidays, lo-fi, polka, metal, R&B, reggae, nice. Spooky ska. Well,
Spooks.
It's just spooky and ska, but yeah.
Spooky spooks.
We're going Afrobeat.
Afro
All right.
beats.
Good luck, everybody. We will see you in just a few minutes. Waiting for that to get started. There we go. All right, we are back. The scores have been put in, so you can probably go ahead and see them. But if you want to see what the correct answers were, stick around because we'll be doing that right about now. I tried to do my little click thing, and I didn't do my click thing.
You did not.
Nope. Question number 1. A 1945 novel translated as The Little Trolls and the Great Flood marks the first appearance of what hippopotamus-like fairy tale creatures created by Finnish author Tove Jansson. That would be the Moomins. That is indeed the Moomins. I swear, we wrote these questions like 3 weeks ago before everything, just went to pot. And we were watching a basketball game, and one of the guys on the bench was wearing a Moomins hoodie. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no,
Yep.
not the Moomins.
Yep.
Did I write that into existence? What happened?
Question number 2. The Lawa, the Latani, and the Moroni are different names for the same 380-mile-long river. Separates French Guiana from what western neighbor? That is Suriname.
That is indeed Suriname. Yeah, the same river. It's like you said, it's got those 3 different names. I think it's most commonly given as the Moroni, maybe because it's the one that's easiest to spell. But yeah, Suriname. I could not get away from the Moomins overseas. They were everywhere, just not here. Yeah, I mean, good luck finding a Tintin comic here in the States, but you go to, Netherlands, Belgium, they there. Question number 3.
They out here.
They out here. What Dallas Mavericks big man has been seen in the film John Wick Parabellum, as well as commercials for State Farm and Goldfish? Mucho condolences. Mucho condolences to anybody who said Boban Bogdanovic. It is Boban Marjanovic.
It is.
Not to be confused with Bogdan Bogdanovic or Bojan Bogdanovic.
Mm-hmm. Bojan is Croatian and plays for the Jazz. Bogdan Bogdanovic is Serbian and plays for the Atlanta Hawks. And Boban Marjanovic is Slovak. No, what is Boban again?
I think he's also Serbian.
Is he also Serbian?
I think he's also
might
Serbian.
be also Serbian.
And plays for the
But
Mavericks.
he plays the Mavericks. Yep.
But yeah, none of them are
He's
related.
the one who gets fed a book.
Yeah, you see what Boban tweeted. Joining the John Wick book club is harder.
Yeah.
But yeah, none of them are related, and they're not even all from the same country.
Yep.
Yeah.
We will have accepted Bobby, as in the Bobby and Toby show, which he does as a podcast with his best friend Tobias Harris.
Question number 4, TJ time.
Bodybuilder Rick Valente served as the
Bodybuilder?
Bodybuilder, yep.
That boy ain't right.
Served as the model for the Titan Atlas on the cover of the following redacted album. A 1986 release from what rock band that was breaking in a new lead singer? That is Van Halen.
Yes,
That's
that
the
is.
Hagar era.
That is indeed the first Van Hagar album. That is 5150, which is the LAPD code. I think it's a general police code for a disturbed person. It's also the name of Eddie Van Halen's home studio where it was recorded and produced. But yeah,
Right then.
it's also the name of Dierks Bentley song. 5150, somebody called the po-po. Question number 5, Felicity Jones
They were
and
a lot
Eddie
cooler before
Redmayne.
people knew that.
Felicity Jones and Eddie Redmayne star in what 2019 Amazon distributed film about a pilot and a scientist who break the altitude record of 37,000 feet in a hot air balloon, although they face death as they climb through the layers of the atmosphere. That was called the Aeronauts. The Aeronauts, yes. I was initially going to make that one a round 5 question. It looks like it played easier than a round 5
Oh, there's
question.
also not round 5 anymore.
Oh, yeah. I was initially going to make that a round 4 question. It looks like it played easier than a round 4 question.
There you go. Just go ahead and pivot right off of that.
Yep.
Question number 6, related to the nightjar, swift, and the hummingbird. The following slide shows the tawny species of what bird? The common name that includes what other type of animal? Let me see if I can get you both burbs in there. That is a frogmouth.
Yes. Big ups to Kanye West Nile Virus, who said Tawny Katan.
I was a big fan of that.
Also like the wrong answer of, we have not heard the word for this bird. Oh, have you not heard? Thought there'd be a piece in here raising mass awareness about a certain avian variety.
He's going to say it.
That's the one. All right, moving on to question number 7. Prior to the rise of the Umayyad and the Abbasid, what medieval caliphate was the first major medieval caliphate was what major dynasty, founded by Abu Bakr and known for military conquest during the Muslim conquest of Persia. I said conquest twice. Buddy.
Yeah, you did.
I'm going to sit down in the corner after you know that this is the Rashidun Caliphate. We've mentioned the Rashidun Caliphate before. They were the subject of a question in the Sassanid Empire because it was the Rashidun Caliphate and the Sassanid Empire who went to battle during the Battle of the Chains. The Rashidan, I believe, were
You can never
victorious.
break those.
Yes, yeah, that keep us together.
Yep.
Running in the shadows. All right.
And question number 8, originating in eastern Prussia, was the name for the type of hard, dry rusk seen on the following slide that takes its alphabetically late name from the German for twice baked, similar to biscuits or biscotti. That is a Zwieback.
That is Zwieback, yep. I've alphabetized your breakfast. You can start with the waffles and work your way up to the Zwieback. Start with the waffles. It's alphabetized. We're starting at W.
Yeah, all right. That doesn't leave a lot of wiggle room.
All right.
Good job, Waylon.
Thank you very much, everybody, for playing. T, you want to introduce us to the teams? After that?
After that, yep. That was excellent. Let's see. I only got 4 teams here.
No, you probably did hit refresh.
I'm going to have to refresh it because we had more than 4 teams.
We did. There we go.
In 6th place with 4 points, we have Kanye West Nile Virus tied for 3rd with 5 points a slice. We got 3rd podium, Team Coast to Coast, and getting into Chinese democracy territory. 2nd place at 6 points for the Snore Owls of Young Borthers. And the 1st place, 7 points for above average derivation.
Getting into Chinese democracy territory, eh? We missed 3 weeks, and it's like, man, when are they going to put out a new joint, man? It's been a minute. We didn't bring Buckethead in on this one.
We should have. That would have probably drummed up a few more viewers.
He's available. I'm sure.
He's busy.
Pretty well.
I'll tell you that much. He's busy.
Well, that makes 3 of us then. All right. Moving on to round number 2. Before we do, just going to say thank you very much to Stephen Glassman and Claire Fisher, who have both donated tonight. If you want to hook us up, please do so.
You want to be on the good boy list?
Please do so. Venmo is at McKinney-Sizemore. PayPal is ksizemore at hotmail.com. And Cash App is just $McKinney Lee Sizemore. Now we're moving on.
$, huh?
Yes. We're moving on to round number 2, starting with question number 1, which says, redacted from the following map. What Panamanian city is the busiest container port in the Western Hemisphere outside of the United States? Of the busiest container ports in the world, what redacted Panamanian city is the busiest in the Western Hemisphere that is not located in the United States? What is the name of this city? Okay, I will check on that team further. Anyway, that's question number 1. Identify the city that's been covered up with that little red arc right there in the center. Kind of a small map, kind of a small country, so I had to blow the whole thing out. Moving on to question number 2, bringing back the webcam.
Question number 2. I go by the name Virginia Ham. You should hear some of my former handles. Anita Man, Fonda Boys, Bang Bangladesh. This quote comes from what Broadway play about Arnold Beckoff? A work told through acts entitled International Stud, Fugue in a Nursery, and Widows and Children First.
Bang Bangladesh ended up becoming pretty relevant.
Yeah. I go by the name Virginia Ham. You should hear some of my former handles. Anita Man, Fonda Boys, and Bang Bangladesh. This quote comes from what Broadway play about Arnold Beckoff? A work told through acts titled International Stud, Fugue in a Nursery, and Widows and Children First. What is that Broadway play? That's question 2.
Chinese democracy thinks they might be missing a point too. I'll make sure to double check that after round 2. It seems like there might be an issue with one of the question forms, or not the forms, but just one of the questions, the way that's counted. That happens from time to time, but we'll fix it. Question number 3. As mentioned in Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire, which that's my next project, is going through all, I think it's 110 references in We Didn't Start the Fire and just flashcarding the ones I don't know. As mentioned in Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire, what former village was the site of negotiations for the 1953 Korean Armistice Agreement? The Korean Armistice Agreement of 1953 was negotiated in what former village, which is mentioned in Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire? There's a history, pop culture flavored history question for you. Mm-hmm. Enjoy that. Ooh, pop culture. Not bad.
Watermelon. Excellent.
That's question number 3.
Question number 4. The work seen on the following slide, the Gross Clinic and the Agnew Clinic, were painted by what American artist of Max Schmidt in a single skull? So the Gross Clinic and the Agnew Clinic were both painted by what American? The Gross Clinic on the left and the Agnew Clinic on the right.
Yep. Yes, Panama, another Van Halen reference. Secret Van Halen theme.
Not so
Not
secret.
very secret when it's an answer, but you know.
Not so secret.
Anyway, that's question number 4. Moving on to number 5. What 1994-95 TV show was abruptly canceled after its first season despite critical acclaim, including a Golden Globe Award for its leading actress who played Liberty High School teenager Angela Chase? Liberty High School teenager Angela Chase was the protagonist of what 1994-1995 television show that was abruptly canceled after its first season despite critical acclaim? What is the name of that TV show? That is question number 5.
It is indeed.
TJ time.
Okay. Question number 6, sharing its name with a Nevada-based business. What is the title of the third and final novel in Veronica Roth's Divergent series? Sharing its name with a Nevada-based business was the title of the third and final novel in Veronica Roth's Divergent series. That is question 6. Short and sweet for you.
There you go. Question number 7. Occurring in a region called the ergosphere, a theoretical process named for physicist Roger Penrose, proposes harnessing energy from what type of object? What type of objects are the subject of Roger Penrose's namesake process, a formulation involving a way to theoretically gain energy in a region called the ergosphere? What are those objects? That's question number 7. And TJ.
And your last question of the round, it's Randy Anagram time. Rearrange the following letters to form a 9-letter word, and you get a dirty omen.
Dirty omen.
Dirty omen. In your hint, I could totally see today's debauchery coming. You got a dirty omen, and I could totally see today's debauchery coming. That's your Randy Anagram. Rearrange those letters. Give us a 9-letter word. That's question 8. It's time for the recap.
It is indeed time for the recap, starting with question number 1. Redacted from the following map, what Panamanian city is the world's largest, busier container port in the Western Hemisphere that is not part of the United States? So obviously the United States has a lot of busy container ports, but by cargo traffic, what is the largest container port in the Western Hemisphere outside of the United States? It has been covered up in this image by that red arc pretty much right in the center. So just name that Panamanian city. That's question number 1.
And question number 2, I go by the name Virginia Ham. You should hear some of my former handles: Anita Man, Fonda Boys, and Bang Bangladesh. This quote comes from what Broadway play about Arnold Beckoff? A work told through acts titled International Stud, Fugue in a Nursery, and Widows and Children First. What is that Broadway play? That's question 2.
Question number 3, as mentioned, Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire. What former village was the site of negotiations for the 1953 Korean Armistice Agreement? What is the name of the former village where the 1953 Korean Armistice Agreement was negotiated? It gets a shout out in We Didn't Start the Fire. That's question number 3.
Question number
Hiccups.
4. The work seen on the following slide, the Gross Clinic and the Agnew Clinic, were painted by what American artist of Max Schmidt and the Single Skull? So what American painted the Gross Clinic and the Agnew Clinic? That is question 4.
Yes.
It is.
I love how we did that whole thing and it was off camera.
Yep.
Question number 5. What 1994 to 95 TV show was abruptly canceled after its first season, despite critical acclaim, including a Golden Globe Award for its leading actress, who played Liberty High School teenager Angela Chase? Again, Liberty High School teenager Angela Chase was the protagonist of what 1994 to 1995 television show that was abruptly canceled after its first and only season? That's question number 5.
And question number 6, sharing its name with a Nevada-based business, was the title of the third and final novel in Veronica Roth's Divergent series. What is the final novel of Veronica Roth's Divergent series? Shared its name with a Nevada-based business. That's question 6.
Big stretchums. Big stretch. Question number 7. Occurring in a region called the ergosphere, a theoretical process named for physicist Roger Penrose proposes harnessing energy from what type of object? What type of object can we theoretically, from which can we can, I can't conjugate that. But what type of object is the subject of the theoretical Penrose process which energy is extracted from said object. That's question number 7.
Askew. Question number 8. Your Randy anagram. Rearrange the following letters to form a 9-letter word. You got a dirty omen. And your hint is, I could totally see today's debauchery coming. Dirty omen. I could totally see today's debauchery coming. That's your Randy anagram. Rearrange those letters and form a 9-letter word. And that is round number 2.
It is indeed. So yeah, hit us up on the Venmo if you can. I'm going to drop that down, show it to you. Venmo at McKinney-Sizemore. PayPal, ksizemore at hotmail.com. Cash App, #McKinney Lee Sizemore. Hook us up if you can. We really appreciate it. We're going to roll this back to the top like I'm doing now. We're going to put the timer on. We're going to put some more Afrobeat on. And we will see you in just a few minutes. So bye for now. Good luck.
Goodbye.
All right, we're back, and the scores from the first round have been fixed, too.
Yay.
We wanted to say thank you, by the way, to Marnie Helfrich, who kicked in during the break. Marnie.
Thank you, Marnie.
Cheers. Thank you very much. And if you want to help out, you can do so using our links here. We got Venmo at McKinney-Sizemore. PayPal is ksizemore at hotmail.com. And Cash App is #McKinney-Lee-Sizemore. Now let's get into your correct answers from round number 2 and take you into the music round. Starting with question number 1.
Took a big swig right before you were supposed to talk.
Thought you might take it over. We were going to see. Playing a little experiment here. Question number 1, redacted.
Classical condition to TJ.
Redacted from the following map, what Panamanian city is the busiest container port in the Western Hemisphere if you don't count the United States? That would be the largest city of, well, not the largest city of Panama, but the city of Colón. Colón is one of the larger cities of Panama and is the largest container port in the Western Hemisphere if you don't count the United States.
Question number 2, I go by the name Virginia Ham. You should hear some of my former handles. Anita Man, Fonda Boys, and Bang Bangladesh. That quote comes from what Broadway play about Arnold Beckoff, a work told through acts titled International Stud, Fugue in a Nursery, and Widows and Children First. That is the Torch Song trilogy.
Yep. Torch Song, I tried to say Harvey Fierstein before I got to the part about, Harvey Fierstein. Torch Song trilogy, of course, by Harvey Fierstein. That's the answer to that question. Question number 3, as mentioned in Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire, what former village was the site of negotiations for the 1953 Korean Armistice Agreement? We were, of course, lenient with pronunciations. We got it spelled a bunch of different ways, but that is Panmunjom. Panmunjom is the one that we were looking for. It's in, like, the first verse, I think. It's pretty early on.
Question number 4, the work seen in the following slide, the Gross Clinic and the Agnew Clinic were painted by what American artist?
This artist, who's also behind Max Schmidt in A Single Skull, is Thomas Akins.
Thomas Akins, yep.
Not to be confused with Thomas Arbach.
Yeah.
All right, question number 5. What 1994 to 95 TV show was abruptly canceled after its first and only season, despite critical acclaim that included a Golden Globe Award for its lead actress, playing Liberty High School teenager Angela Chase? That is
Social.
That is a social, and that is My So-Called Life. Jared Leto and Claire Danes were the stars of that one. How were their careers after that? Pretty good.
Question number 6, sharing its name with a Nevada-based business. What is the title of the third and final novel in Veronica Roth's Divergent series? That is Allegiant. You have Divergent, Insurgent, and Allegiant. See, I was going to be impressive and be able to do all 3 of them, and then you had it in the fucking slides.
Wait till the other literature question. If you can get all those, I'll be impressed.
I'm not going to.
Question
the
number
way
7.
you're already rubbing your hands together, I know I'm not going to get it.
Oh, okay. Question number 7. Occurring in a region called the ergosphere, a theoretical process named for physicist Roger Penrose proposes harnessing energy from what type of object? The Penrose process theorizes that energy can be harnessed via black holes. So a black hole was the
You can
correct
get close
answer.
enough to get it.
And not get spaghettified.
Spaghettified. Question number 8, Randy Anagram time. Rearrange the following letters to form a 9-letter word. It's a dirty omen. I could totally see today's debauchery coming. That's because modernity has failed us.
Modernity has failed us.
Yep.
I don't know what this is about, TJ.
It's from Would Love It If We Made It by the 1975.
I had a feeling it was in 1975. It just sounded like that.
Yeah.
Let's check in
On Lindsay
on our-
Nagel.
On Lindsay Nagel, yes.
Yeah.
You know, you're today's modern enlightened man. The kind we TV producers have been booking since the late 70s. Mid-70s. Fuck me. All right. Scoring updates.
Well, now we're going to get a fucking strike on YouTube. 6th place, 8 points for Kanye West Nile Virus. 5th place, 11 points for third podium. Tied for third with 12 points apiece, we got the Snore Owls of the Young Borthers and Team Coast to Coast. We've got second place, 13 points for getting into Chinese democracy territory. And first place, 14 points for above average derivation.
Interesting.
And
all right.
It's time for the music.
It is indeed. Let me take down round number 2, pull up round number 3. This is round number 3, your music round. You will hear 6 clips. Do not listen to that slide. You will hear 6 clips. 1 point will be given for each correctly guessed title, 1 point for each correctly guessed artist, and 2 points for getting the theme correct. We're going to post that link to your music round in the comments. Give me just 1 second to pull up the Vocaroo link.
Already done over here.
Well, alrighty then. I'm dropping that into YouTube now. There you go. And here it is on... Oh, and here it is on Twitch. All right. You're going to have 10 minutes to submit your answers. We will hop back on the 2-minute mark to let you know how much time is remaining, and at the 0-minute mark to let you know no time is remaining. But we will see you in just a little bit. You will not hear us. You will not hear any filler music so that you can concentrate. Best of luck, everybody. We'll see you soon.
See you in a bit.
All right, everybody, you have just about 2 minutes to submit your answers. We just wanted to hop back on and let you know that you've only got 2 minutes to submit your answers because those last 2 minutes go by a lot faster than the first 8. So get them in as soon as you can. Good luck, everybody. All right, your time is up. Make sure you get those answers in just as soon as you can. Once you're finished submitting your answers, this is probably the best time of the night to go and powder your nose, take a break, refill your drink, all those kinds of good things. We will see you in just a few minutes after we get finished receiving and grading the answers from round number 3. We'll be starting the final round in just a few minutes too, so stick around. We'll see you soon.
See you in a bit.
All right, we are back with the correct answers for round number 3, and not that you need them, y'all did really well. We did the scoring, so that's taken care of. If, however, you want to take care of us, Venmo is at McKinney-Sizemore, PayPal is KSizemore at hotmail.com, and Cash App is #McKinney Lee Sizemore. Thank you to everybody who's contributed tonight, and who will, hopefully contribute in the near future.
And a few more.
Thanks very much. All right, moving on to the answers from round number 3. Starting with song number 1, we had Chelsea Morning by Joni Mitchell. Of course, when we put these playlists together via Spotify, it was a little harder this time around.
I wonder why.
We've also got...
Song number 2 was Holiday Inn, Chingy, Ludacris, and Snoop Dogg. This song has been in my head the entire day, and I keep going, big chillin' at the Holiday Inn. Like, just coming down the hallway.
Song number 3, Unsteady by X-Ambassadors. And then we've got...
Leader of the Pack by the Shangri-Las.
And then song number 5, one of my favorite of all time, is Everlasting Love by Carl Carlton. There's like not a whole lot of photos of Carl Carlton that are in focus. I mean, they're older pictures, and they haven't been like digitized or anything like that. But the one that is in focus is the one where he's shirtless on the front. I'm sure someone made sure of that. That one's going to survive the ages.
Song number 6 was Working My Way Back to You, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. And by the right-hand image, I'm sure you could tell.
I hit it.
There we go. Hotels, Chelsea, Holiday Inn, Ambassador, Shangri-La, Carlton, and the Four Seasons.
Yep, y'all figured that one out pretty easily. Good job, everybody. Let's move on to round number 4, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Let's do that.
All right, let's
Which
do
is
it.
our final round this evening.
It is indeed our final round. Good luck, everybody. Here's question number 1. What 2-word title, the name for the overarching tetralogy, has been redacted multiple times from the following image? So once again, what 2-word title has been redacted multiple times in this image? You will see that they are books by Ford Maddox Ford. The novels are Some Do Not, No More Parades, A Man Could Stand Up, and Last Post. What is the 2-word title of this tetralogy of novels? That's question number 1, getting you started with an old-fashioned redacted.
Indeed. Question number 2, what 1981 film by an Italian-American director is an international...
Oh, I'm sorry, this is Sarah's question.
Okay. Well,
Butt out.
get out of here.
Thank you, TJ. You'll get the next 2.
That's fine.
Question number 2. This one comes to you from Sarah Ann Rapp. So, Sarah, thank you very much for writing
Sarah.
this one. Cheers, indeedy. Clink. Oh, I missed. Clink. Yeah. Air clink.
You really shortchanged me on that.
What 1981 film by an Italian-American director is an intentional homage to a 1966 film directed by an Italian, but with a key difference in the sensory focus of its protagonist's profession? What 1981 film made by an Italian-American director is an intentional homage to a 1966 film made by an Italian director? The key difference in these two films is the sensory focus of the profession and of the protagonist in each case. The profession of the protagonist.
Yeah.
The profession of the protagonist.
Yeah.
That's it.
Keep going.
That's question number 2. Sarah, thank you very much for that.
Question number 3, one of the things for which pioneering computer scientist Edgar Dijkstra... Dijkstra?
Yep.
Not like Lenny.
Nope.
Better Dijkstra.
I imagine.
Is known his work on the first of what type of program that translates a source language, such as code, into a target language? One of the things in which pioneering computer scientist Edgar Dijkstra is known for is work on the first of what type of program that translates a source language such as code into a target language. What type of program is that? That's question 3.
Question number 4. Excellent question.
Hey, Mickey.
Q2, right up.
Bought
my
out. Question number 4. Known for the song Mississippi Queen, what Long Island band formed in 1969 and played their 3rd ever gig at Woodstock later that year? Get thrown right into the fire, boys. Known for the song Mississippi Queen, what Long Island band formed in 1969 played their 3rd ever gig at Woodstock that same year? That's question 4. Now you can come back in.
Thank you very much. Question number 5, both located in Armenia. The following works, titled Bird and The Cat, were created by what Colombian artist, known for depicting bloated figures in their sculpture and paintings? What Colombian artist created these bloated sculptures titled Bird and The Cat? Both of which can be found in Yerevan, actually. Not in Yerevan, but...
Yeah, not my van.
Yeah. The Queen's greatest hits can be found in Yerevan, as far as, The Onion has told me.
Yeah.
Have you seen that article? It's like so-and-so percentage of copies of blah, blah, blah. Okay.
News of the world.
No, not News of the World.
Question number 6. Who was the last Super Bowl MVP to win the award despite not scoring a tutty of any kind? Doing so in 2019 when the only touchdown of the game was scored by teammate Sony Michel. Sony Michel's back in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he is.
It makes me happy.
Good for Sony Michel.
Good for Georgia. Who was the last Super Bowl MVP to win the award despite not scoring a touchdown of any kind? Doing so in 2019 when the only touchdown of the game was scored by Sony Michel. Who was Super Bowl MVP in 2019? That's question 6.
Question number 7. In what 2011 video game does the player take on the role of employee number 427? A character that can make choices that change the story, much to the consternation of the omnipresent narrator. In what 2011 video game do you play employee number 427? A character that can make choices that change the story, much to the consternation of the omnipresent narrator. That's question number 7. Hey, before we move into question number 8, want to just show you the flags we got rolling tonight.
Bhutan.
Start with Bhutan, one of only 2 flags, 2 I believe it is,
With a
to have a
dragon.
dragon, Wales
Oh,
being the
one's
other
Wales, yeah.
one. And then this one's brand
We got
new.
this for free, actually.
Yeah, from
We,
the Bucks playoff drive.
Yep, we
And this
probably
Tampa
should
Bay
be flying
Buccaneers.
that half-mast about now.
Yeah, but I like the little serrations here.
Yep.
Pretty sweet.
No, it's cool. It's a cool flag.
Yep, I like having a football flag too. Anyway, answer that question about the video game. TJ, take it away.
Question number 4. Lake
Kedora.
Cabora.
Kedora.
It's not.
Oh, fuck me, you're right.
Yeah. Lake Cabora Bassa and Lake Kariba are waterways located along the course of what African river that flows southeasterly from the Democratic Republic of the Congo through Mozambique and into the Indian Ocean. Lake Cabora Bassa and Lake Kariba are waterways located along the course of what African river that flows southeasterly from the Democratic Republic of the Congo through Mozambique and into the Indian Ocean. What African river is that? That is question
Apparently
8.
it's now known as the Cahora Bassa. The other one's a colonial holdover from Portuguese times.
Interesting.
Portuguese times.
Time for the question recap.
Starting with question number 1, what 2-word title, the name for the overarching tetralogy, has been redacted multiple times from this image here. So, what 2-word title is covered up in each case by those nice little teal rectangles? What's the 2-word title that names this tetralogy of novels by Ford Maddox Ford? That's question number 1. I'll read you question number 2 as well. What 1981 film by an Italian-American director is an intentional homage to a 1966 film directed by an Italian, but with a key difference in the sensory focus of its protagonist's profession? This one comes to you again from Sarah Ann Rapp, who asks, what 1981 film by an Italian-American director is an homage to a 1966 film made by an Italian, but with a key difference in the sensory focus of the protagonist's profession? What is that 1981 film? That's question number 2.
And question number 3, one of the things for which pioneering computer scientist Edgar Dijkstra was known is the work on the first of what type of program that translates a source language, such as code, into a target language? What type of program is Edgar Dijkstra famous for working on the first of? That's question 3.
Question number 4
Question
is
number
yours.
4,
That's
known for
right.
the song Mississippi Queen, what Long Island band formed in 1969 played their 3rd ever gig at Woodstock later that year? No, I did not get that from Guitar Hero. Why would you ever say something like
Guitar
that?
Hero 3,
Legends of Rock. That was a good one.
Yeah, speaking of things I wore the hole in.
Yep, known for the song Mississippi Queen, what Long Island band formed in 69 and played their 3rd ever gig at Woodstock? That's question 4.
Question number 5, both located in Armenia. The following works, titled Bird and The Cat, were created by what Colombian artist, known for depicting bloated figures in their sculpture and painting? So that question here is just, what Colombian artist created these two loaded sculptures. You've got bird on the left and the cat on the right. What is the name of that Colombian artist? That's question number 5.
Question number 6. Who was the last Super Bowl MVP to win the award despite not scoring a touchdown of any kind? No tutties allowed. Doing so in 2019 when the only touchdown of the game was scored by teammate Sony Michel. 1 touchdown.
Looking
Whole
forward
game.
to a better matchup.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Sony, I'm expecting at least 1 to this time. Who was the last Super Bowl MVP to win the award despite not scoring a touchdown of any kind? That's question number 6.
Question number 7. In what 2011 video game does the player take on the role of employee number 427? A character that can make choices that change the story, much to the consternation of the omnipresent narrator. The narrator becomes exasperated, I imagine. Yes?
Yes, quite. Yes,
Quite
quite.
exasperated.
Yes,
What is the name of that 2011 video game in which you play employee number 427 and you have the ability to make changes to the story? That's question number 7.
And question number 8. Lake Cabora Bassa and Lake Kariba are waterways located along the course of what African river that flows southeasterly from the Democratic Republic of the Congo through Mozambique and into the Indian Ocean? What African river has the waterways Cabora Bassa and Lake Kariba? That is question 8.
That is indeed question number 8.
And that is the end of the game.
Oh, good. It's feeling like it's going to be the end of my night, too, so excellent timing. All right. Best of luck, everybody. We're rolling it back to the top. We're going to turn on the timer. We're going to roll
Hopefully not a lullaby.
Yeah, right. We're going to roll the questions past you one more time and submit your answers. Good luck.
All right,
let's do it.
You again.
You.
Spider-Man meme looking at each other.
All right, you start this time. That way we don't do
Okay.
the thing.
Question number 1. What two-word title, the name of the overarching trilogy, has been redacted multiple times from the following image?
The overarching what now?
Tetralogy?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That would be Parade's End by Ford Maddox Ford.
That is indeed the tetralogy. Christopher Hitchens is the main character of that.
Uh-huh.
Question number 2. This one comes to you from Sarah Ann Rapp, who asked,
Thank you,
what
Sarah.
1981 film by an Italian-American director is an intentional homage to a 1966 film directed by an Italian, but with a key difference in the sensory focus of its protagonist's profession? That film is Blowout, not to be confused with Michelangelo Antonioni's Blow Up, which is about a photographer. So yeah, Blow Up, Blow Out. Blowout's what we were looking for, and 2 teams got it, so well done to you teams. Something looks sus here in Blow Up. Something sounds pretty sus here in Blow Out.
Question
All
number
right.
3. One of the things for which pioneering computer scientist Edgar Dijkstra is known is work on the first of what type of program that translates a source language, such as code, into a target language? That is a compiler.
That is indeed a compiler, and I wrote this question like 3 weeks ago, and today in Loaded Questions, the thing published by Chris King, which is really good. It's really hard, but it's really good. Compiler was an answer for one of the science questions. Like, are you kidding me?
Been sitting on these questions a hot minute.
Question number 4. Known for the song Mississippi Queen, what Long Island band formed in 1969 and played their third ever gig at Woodstock later that year? That is Mountain.
I didn't want to give Mississippi Queen out, but there wasn't a lot else.
Yeah, band member Leslie West, who I believe was the guitarist and singer, was enormous, which is why they called themselves Mountain.
Question number 5, both located in Armenia. The following works, titled The Bird and the Cat, were created by what Colombian artist known for depicting bloated figures in their sculpture and paintings? There is The Bird and the Cat.
Bird and the Cat.
And that is Fernando Botero. Botero?
Botero.
Yeah, Botero.
Fernando Botero.
Fernando Botero. And you get the football question.
I do indeed. Question number 6. Who is the last Super Bowl MVP to win the award despite not scoring a touchdown of any kind? Doing so in 2019 when the only touchdown of the game was scored by teammate Sony Michel. TJ mentioned that Sony Michel is going to be playing in this next Super Bowl. He plays for the
With
Rams now.
He played against the Rams in this Super Bowl that ended 13-3. Under comfortably hit on that one. And that was Julian Edelman.
Yep. He got like 5 or 6 grabs and a little bit.
He
like
had
79 yards.
He had 7 grabs for like 104 yards.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's
I
pretty
think
good.
it was 7
and
grabs.
clearly the most exciting thing to
Yeah.
happen.
I pushed hard for Sony Michel to win MVP, mostly because I had him on my dynasty team, and I asked our league manager if we could get extra points if
If your guy wins MVP.
if your guy wins Super Bowl MVP. Keep those in your pocket for later. Question number 7. What 2011 video game does the player take on the role of employee number 427? A character that can make choices that change the story, much to the consternation of the omnipresent narrator. If you never have, this is a fucking fantastic game. This is the Stanley Parable.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good game.
I was looking up more about Mountain just to make sure that everything is good.
And the last question goes to you, sir.
Question number 8. Lake Cabora Bassa and Lake Kariba are waterways located along the course of what African river that flows southeasterly from the Democratic Republic of the Congo through Mozambique and into the Indian Ocean?
It ain't easy.
But it is the
The
Zambezi.
It is indeed.
The most notable feature along the Zambezi, of course, being Victoria Falls, as located there. Or
That's a difficulty. Cliff.
Mosi Tohana, I think, is the native name. Hold on, or local name, I should say. Mosi Tohana.
While you're looking
Victoria
that up, I will get the
Falls.
scores. In 6th place with 26 points, we have Kanye West Nile Virus. In 5th place, 28 points for third podium. Tied for 3rd with 30 points, we have the Snoros, a Young Borthers, and Team Coast to Coast. In 2nd place with 34 points, we have Getting Into Chinese Democracy Territory. And in 1st place with 35 points is Above Average Derivation. Congratulations, Above Average Derivation, pulling out the 1-point victory.
Excellently done. It is, by the way, Mosi Oatunya. That's what I was looking for. It was an interesting final round, too, because we had only 2 teams get blowout correct, but then we also had only 2 teams get Stanley Parable correct, and they weren't the 2
different
teams.
teams.
They weren't the same teams. They balanced each other out.
That was awesome.
That was so cool. Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody, for being a part of tonight's game. We're going to try to bring you the next game next Monday at 9 o'clock Eastern, like usual, so stay tuned for that. If you want to help us out, and so many have already helped us out, let me just go over the list real quick. Stephen Glassman, Claire Fisher, Marnie Helfrich, and Rachel Schumann are on the board. Thank you very much to the 4 of y'all. Really
Congratulations,
appreciate
Claire. Woohoo, we won despite being bet down most of our team. That's a really good accomplishment.
That is a really good accomplishment. Congratulations, y'all. And if anybody wants to hook us up, you can do so at Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. I'm going to leave the stream open for a little while so you can take a look at those handles. But have a great night. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.